You know? What you need?
You into that? You into where you cut that?
Here's an end right here.
Cut the end later. Where's the end of this?
Well, that's what. There's two ends up here. Here, this is it. I think this is it. I think I got it right here in my hand, Joe. All right, this Pete and Joe.
Put that on there, Chris.
We found the electrical. Which end do you want on? The flared? Ah, shit. Coming down to you, Joe.
Hold on.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying, Joe. You guys... I think I've got one of those. Wow. Now I know what it's for. I was thinking this ain't gonna work for drains. This is a weenie piece of shit.
That's for fishing wire.
Well, now I know, because it has a little curly cue on the end.
Yeah.
So you can curly it around the wire and pull it on through.
You got it. You got it. Put it my way again.
You're about to give him acupuncture on his shin. This is awesome. Now I'll be able to do all my fittings. Then it's up to me, Pete. Oh man, cheers. That's a big one, Pete. This is big.
Yeah, that's good. And also that's been pretty good.
You want to go under here?
No, about.
Above?
Whatever, it might be better if you under, Joe. Because
Well, it's going to get cut there anyway. I'm going to cut it.
Can't go under.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's going to get cut anyway. I'm going to cut that off anyway. That chunk right where you're at is going to be gone. Might as well, Joe, I hate to ask you this while you're down there, well, let's just test this out first, because I can just cut that black, I can cut that black poly off right underneath it, because I got to cut it off up towards where my T is anyway. You know what I mean? I got to cut.
You okay like that, Chris?
Yeah, because I got to, where that black, where he's sitting on top of that black poly, that's getting cut out anyway.
Give me the end of that wire then.
Is that too short, Joe?
Huh?
Is that too short? How come?
You know how come? Because this wasn't in.
No, but it doesn't matter.
No, that wasn't in.
Yeah, but how much that could go?
Well, that's that much.
Oh shit, I know
That's
what you're
that much
saying.
there.
That's okay. We could move this.
We can move it around.
Okay. Because I got more, I think I have more. Well, we have that little piece.
That wasn't my fault.
No, that was me, because I didn't have it
cut
glued
it
in.
where it was supposed to be, and I realized it was over just
Hold that
stuck.
to you.
I realized
How
it
much
gets
you
stuck in there.
That's what
How much
happens.
you need? Oh, not that much.
We got
How much you need?
back your way.
Okay, you could pull whatever you
Yeah,
want.
I can pull it in
Then we
right
go figure this.
See, that's a good example of fussing with what somebody else does. I didn't have it all the way in. I didn't put it that all together. I didn't know how much pipe we'd need there, so I just left
That's
the full
all right.
length.
It's a good thing I pushed that on the other side.
Yeah, give us a little room.
Anyway, so you need that this one, right?
Okay. So, the good news today is two good pieces of news. First is we were able to pull the wire all the way from there over to here. So our splice for the pump will be up on the top side here. Second good news of the day is what I assumed to be the electric was the electric. Now, what's going to be challenging is getting those two T-fittings onto those pipes, onto the poly pipes coming out of the ground. That is that, my fine feathered friends. And then we're getting rid of a junction down in the house. My Bilko doors, steps are. They're getting rid of that junction in the wall.
Right here.
See, that's how you
Leave these.
test it.
Green, red, blue, and black.
So there's green,
Oh, look
white,
at that. Look, the green's
green,
already
white, and black.
The green is already
Just
out.
cut it right here.
Green.
Just cut it right there.
The green is already out.
Green is not there.
So I didn't tighten
Okay,
it
cut this 2, 3 hours. Just cut it, leave me peace. And that's it. Yeah.
Don't, my ammo boxes make good working tables,
What
don't
is
they?
that, ammo?
Yeah.
How much you got it there? How many
Total. Well, down into the pit of despair I go here. I'm gonna wipe this off, I think. I don't think I really have any other choice but just to start. I'm gonna do the lower one first, Pete. The blue one, the lower one.
Did you release that pressure inside, Chris?
I haven't done anything inside.
I have to take a spigot out that way, get that water.
Okay, yep, that's a good point. So let me go inside. Okay, so now my buddy Pete and that's Joe. We got that done down there. Next is my spigot. I'm going down there, Pete.
You go down there?
Yeah, hold that just for a second.
All right, go ahead, Chris. Get in, buddy.
Done down here before. So this will be much easier. All right, Pete, thanks. Now, I'm gonna take this duct tape off. I need a couple of clamps. I need my hoochie magoochie there, and let me get it from out of one shithole to another. Everything was running along smoothly. Went to go fire the pump up, and nothing. Got nothing. So now we had to pull the pump out, check all the wiring. The splices were good, so thank God that wasn't my fault here, the splices. So now it's either the controller or the pump. We reconnected the Subdrive in my basement to the pump back over on the arena, and it worked. So that Subdrive is fine, the controller's fine. The problem is that drive is for a 3 horsepower motor, and I bought a 2 horsepower. Like 1 well out of 2, and we're trying to get one head put together out of 3 here. So
Let me see which one is yellow, which one is white. Middle one, right?
and there's a rope way down there.
Cut that off. Yeah. Just leave a little piece.
That actually looks like an inch and a
Cut it
quarter.
right here.
Just leave it here. This one.
I don't know, man.
We'll use the same wire.
That's kind of a funny case. Look at that casing head down there. Is that going to come up out of there?
Shit. I gotta get a flashlight, look in there. I don't know what kind of casing they got in there.
Well, look what's out of the ground again. And that's because out of the well. And that's because that motor is not compatible with the controller in the basement. The digital controller. So I need to get a 3 horsepower motor. That sucks. So that's where I am. Now we have no water in the house, and I have no functioning way to get water to the house right now because these lines are cut. And that well's disconnected from the house. So that sucks. Big time. Anyway. These are connected though. Electric is run. Those fittings are now connected to the house. That fitting's connected to the spigot. I got another couple 3 to do down there. So That's a mess. Son of a bitch. Alright. Got to my day of victories and defeats. A lot of them today. Of course, I just took this. Wind. So I got this dug out, got that tunnel, so I'm going to run the black line and blue line underneath there and run it down to the end. I had to dig that hole out because I didn't have that dug out yet. So I got that bridge. Now I can run the lines underneath it, run them on down to the end. All right, so now I'm taking that 1¼ to inch reducer and put it in here. So I'm going to reduce this down to 1 inch and then run it up to there, to that black poly pipe, and tee it into there, do a 90. This blue line that's coming up here already, I'm going to do a 90 into that white PVC, the smaller white PVC pipe. So first is this one on deck here. Now, this line is going to go to that line, and this line is going to go to that white PVC, the small one. All right, so that's my next gig. All right, so now I got to go fix this fitting to this one, because I'll be able to orientate this, glue it on and orientate it on that white PVC pipe. And so I want to be able to put both these 90s in this side, and then connect these blue lines to those. The way that black poly pipe looked inside to me, it had water in there, but that pipe, it just doesn't seem like that is flowing a lot of water, which don't use a lot of water, I guess, in the barn. I just want to make sure I'm hooking up the barn water to the main 1¼ line, or to this blue one here, this top blue one. But let me go, I gotta go get this fitting put on here and get that taken care of. All right. Got those two done on that way. So now I need to take this line and run it to this black poly pipe one right here. Good and proud of where I've been. There we go. Just like that. Could have been a tad bit shorter, but that's the way it is. Should have did this and then that one, but I didn't, so yeah, that would have been much easier putting this one on and then dealing with that one, but this is what I've done. So make the lie in the bed you make, and that's what I'm trying to do here, folks. This has been nothing but a complete, almost demoralizing thing I've done. Every turn has been a struggle. Made progress today, but had a big fail with that frickin' motor and controller. And so here I am back in the ditch again, having to drive probably 4 or 5 hours tomorrow just to go get a motor for the pump that'll work with this setup. All right, well, let me get these clamps and do the next one here. All right, on to pipe number 2. Dose, pipe dose, pipe de, pipe ye. Dose, de, ye. All right, let me cut this one and get it on there. Those are done. I redid the PVC fitting because it didn't seem like it was screwed into that 92 well. And last thing I want is happening is having to dig another hole. So just soon cut it now and re-glue it with the new fitting. And I used a bit thicker tape and tighten that son of a bitch on there. So now I got to come back to my I got to cut that shorter. I forgot. I made that line too long because I still gotta put it. I got the spigot goes down here and has a 90 going that way, so I got to cut this pipe back. So that means I got to cut that pipe, get it off this valve, and then I can drop the spigot down here and put a short run between the spigot and the valve. So I got to hop down there and cut that. So I had to shorten that pipe up running back to the spigot. So I'm going to put a piece of pipe on this end of the spigot now, up top side, put this in there. Actually, I think what I want to do is put the pipe on the spigot, put it on this, I don't want to be fussing back there. So I'd rather put the pipe up here on this spigot now and onto this and work my way back. I'll do that. So let me, I'm gonna put it on this end here. So let me get at that. Well, today I'm kind of just wrapping up. I didn't do too well with doing a video today. It was just too chaotic. But Joe and Pete, like, just, I can't say enough about how grateful I am to have some folks like that able to help me out. Very, very good electricians. And anyway, they helped me out tremendously today. Jumping in the pit with me and helping me get this electrical worked out for the well now on my side of the property. And unfortunately, with all the hard work put in today on the well, I've failed. I have a big failure on it. There's a Subdrive down in the basement of the house. It's a digital controller for constant pressure and monitors the system and all that kind of Yahoo stuff. I didn't realize that thing is like really mated to a specific motor, and it's mated to a 3 horsepower motor. And I wish I would have just got a 3 horsepower to begin with, but I got a 2 horsepower, 35 gallon per minute, 2 horsepower motor and pump Goulds assembly. So that drive won't work, is not compatible with what I bought. We know that for a fact because we rehooked up the motor in the other well and it fired it right back up. So I have to drive up to basically New York City, right there close to it, to pick one up tomorrow because I don't have any water right now, and bring it back. And so needless to say, had to pull the pump and motor out of the well. And again, thanks to Joe and Pete, because that thing's heavy, and they took turns pulling with me. So I wouldn't have been able to do it without them. I would have had to rig something up with the tractor, and it would have took me forever to get it out of there. I suppose I could have got it out of there, but it would have taken me forever. So I got to drive up northern New Jersey, up near New York City tomorrow, pick up a motor. I think I might have to get a pump too, because I don't think this pump, from what looking online now tonight, that this pump is compatible, will be compatible with the 3 horsepower motor, which surprises me. I thought that the pumps would be kind of generic to the motor, but I guess it's not. I'll find that out. I'll talk to the folks tomorrow. They do have the pump for this 3 horsepower motor in stock. I actually have I have a Goulds 35 gallon per minute 3 horse pump here too. The motor's probably bad, but I think the pump might be good. But anyway, I got to do that and get the pump and motor dropped again. But all my fittings are in place. Everything's hooked up with the water lines. That was painful, very painful, but it got it done. The electric is all under control. So I just got to get that new motor, splice it in, and drop it, and be hopefully, rolling. And then Pete and Joe are putting in a new panel, a new box in the barn, and getting the electrical hooked up into it. Got one end done. So Pete's going to be here tomorrow. Joe's out fishing for a few days, so Pete's going to be here tomorrow with another worker, not that Joe's a worker, but he with another fellow that does work for him, is coming by with Pete tomorrow to put this box in and get that electrical hooked into that new box. And I should be back home. I should be back home by noon or thereabouts, with motor and stuff in hand. So hopefully that's the case. But protect the Republic, appreciate your friends, and treat them kindly. I'd said some pretty harsh words the other day to Pete and all. I felt real bad about that, but I think we got it straightened out. So, and do something positive each and every day. Do something to move yourself or your family or somebody or something forward. You know, just if we just keep moving forward, positive with positive results, you know, and good intentions, I think we can work through all this crap that's going on today. That's just ridiculous. So, peace. I'll try to bring my camera with me tomorrow, and I left a lot off today. Didn't show anything pulling the pump and all the other stuff that was going on, but it was just, that was the last thing on my mind. I just was trying to get this stuff done. So anyway, appreciate everybody, family, friends, love you guys, and hope to see everybody soon. Until then, be well.